Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Not For Broadcast, where we are going into what may very well be the last episode. I'm not exactly sure, but the loading tip guy is off today. Disrupt has just said it's not over. We have a clear generational divide between who thinks what and who thinks what. There's been a lot that's kind of laid out on the table, and I wonder sort of how much more that we can do here. So definitely lots of interesting stuff, I guess, to go into. And you always look back at a game like this and it's like, how different are things when we make different choices here? It seems like we've kind of done a little bit of a straight up gameplay here. We helped disrupt, as kind of like maybe people would expect. We try to be fair, but it's 1975. No, we're going into the distant day 2000. This is Days of My Job, day 2079. And Uppins Come. Well, that certainly sounds like the end. We are broke-ass poor, so apparently there's a way to make money in this game. There's an achievement for it, and I have flunked spectacularly. You once again find yourself sitting inside of Bozeman's office. Everything is pristine and orderly, just how the fastidious man likes it. Though it's rare for him to be late, the door opens behind you just as you start to imagine the reasons why. Watson, you're here, or Winston, you're here already. Good. We'll keep it brief. We both know your dedication to this role is somewhat lacking. You've been here almost 6 years, and in that time, he checks notes on his desk. You have a problem following simple and clear instructions. A prime example is that you played Disrupt propaganda tape a few years back. We're feeling the consequences of that today. He frowns and shakes his head. Well, you knew this was one day probably be coming back to bite you. That trophy looks kind of like a butt plug, so that's fun. Your involvement, whether or not it could be proved, in the Disrupt attacks has not been overlooked. The night cost Channel 1 significantly, financially, and to our reputation. You better believe if I had a shred of evidence, well, we'd certainly not be talking right now. You shouldn't gulp, you just sit there and take it silently. Your general attitude leaves much to be desired, never willing to go above and beyond for the role, or to work the extra hours and require refusal to attend corporate events and functions. These things are no's too. Well, is he ever going to let that go? Because it's 5 years. Look, Winston, I'm going to be blunt. I don't like you. If I had my way, you've been out the door long ago. But now we're under public ownership, and it's much harder to get rid of you without official grievance. And so far, you've managed to skate under the line. Yes, that's good. But I want to know, I'm watching for a slip-up. Now get back to work. Well, at least you know how he really feels. We already knew that. It's fun. It's exciting. I guess, apparently we get to go almost another year without losing our job. A foregone conclusion. Well, that's fun. It's late, it's been snowing all day, and unlike everybody else, you stayed in as much as possible, keeping warm. Normally you enjoy the snow, but today it seems more of an irritant. So look at our wonderful broke-ass poor apartment. This is the promised future the Advance has for us. Still, tomorrow you got the day off and you might be able to enjoy it. Sam always gets excited when they see the snow. When they were younger, they'd always wrap the kids up and take them out to play. It's been a while since that's happened, though. Something about the dark nights always makes you feel melancholy this time of year. The sound of keys scratching the front door distracts you. That'd be Sam. After a couple of minutes of hearing their frustrated attempts to unlock the door, you get up and open for them. Fuck's sake, thank you, bloody door's broken. They're swaying on their feet as you can smell alcohol in their breath. So, ask about... Either of these are pretty bad. Let me just ask how much they've had. You can't tell me what I can't do. I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions, Alex. The belligerence of their tone is somewhat undermined as they have to hold onto the door frame to keep from falling over. I'm going to draw a line here. One of the things looking back at a lot of these decisions is that I let people kind of do the things they wanted to do. And I could have, if I had just drawn a hard line and not let people leave the country or not let people go on holiday, we'd have people that are alive right now, but we don't. Sam, this has to stop. No, I don't want to think about it anymore. Tears start falling down their cheeks. He would have been 21 today, Alex, our little boy, but he's gone, and Susie and Chris, all of them. You don't even care. Of course I care. I literally just said, look, all these people didn't have to die, but because of my choices I've made, they died. We all grieve differently. You're still going into work, you're still living your life, you're acting like nothing happened, but they're dead, they're all dead. Well, this is tough. Then this is coming from someone who has lost a child here. One of the hardest parts of losing a child is the fact that the world keeps on fucking going on again and again and again and again. And no matter how much you want things to stop, the sun just keeps coming up, and the world is cruel like that. So, because I have to, we all have to keep going, I'm gonna try to be nice. You don't get to make any decisions for me, Alex, and you're surprised. Sam takes a swing at you. They're clearly drunk beyond thought, but it catches you off guard and you stagger backwards as their clumsy fist connects to your cheek. You're more shocked than hurt. So, I'm gonna give them one more try here. Because it is the anniversary of our kid's death, apparently. Come inside, please. I'm fine. Sorry, Alex. I just missed them all. I miss them so much. Sam collapses into your waiting arms, and you carefully carry them to bed. They'll feel better in the morning, maybe. I don't know. So, like I said, that could have been a Christmas where we could have had a lot of money. We could have had all of the children and family with us, but nope. I've done terrible at this game. Look, we're at the graveyard again. It's been over 13 years since your dad died. You visited his grave a few times since then. Normally during times of stress, or when you're trying to figure something out, or when you just want some peace and quiet. You feel Sam's hand on your shoulder giving you some reassuring squeeze. You're grateful they're still here with you because I didn't send them out. Just having them by your side always seems to make things easier. And there's a raven call. So there's Charles Winston dead in 1987, so 17 years old. If we are, how many years from now, you can do the math for what year that puts us in. A parent should never have to bury their child, particularly Charlie, who never had a chance to grow up. He had so much potential, so many dreams, and he just wanted to do. It's not fair. We could change it by playing the game again. Poor Susie, dead in 85. This is just fucking terrible. Well, you wouldn't get to have her back even just to argue with you. She just wanted to explore the world, so curious, so full of life, until Liberation Night. Everything changed. Because that miracle that Advance was talking about before certainly wasn't a miracle for everyone. And you always had your ups and downs with Chris. But that doesn't mean that they deserved. If you hadn't given them your passport, they'd be safe. And Sam was so happy about it at the time, the choices we make. So, yes, I am responsible for all of their deaths, and it's terrible. And then there's Ruth. Taking your mother to a transition center was a difficult decision. Maybe the hardest of your life. You're still not sure if it was the right move, but she definitely is not suffering any longer. At least she and your dad are together now, whatever happens next. So I don't remember having a choice about the transition center. But it's been a while. You turn away and wander in the direction of the car. You can't control your life, what happens, who lives, and who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown at you next. What is life if not a series of decisions that define us? And we'll never know which ones would take us one way or the other, and which ones would bring us here. So we're broke and everybody's dead around us. Is this the good ending? It's not. Alright. It's a long time for Advance to still be in power, guys. Editing too quickly will annoy the audience and switch them off. Well, I do a pretty good job of annoying the audience anyway, so that's fun. But let's see here if this is actually the end. Usually when we have all the wrap-up stuff of like, you killed your entire family, then yeah, this is the wrap-up. It's kind of like the Oregon Trail in that way, where you do the best you can and then the rattlesnake gets you anyway. See, if we had just supported Advance the whole time and made everybody be law-abiding citizens, then things could have worked out and it all would have been fine and glamorous, and we could have gotten in on that wave of wealth. And here we go, the finale. So this is it, I guess. 7 years since the election. Coming up later.
Good evening. Back here again, it would seem. I'd tell you what's coming up later, but we both know you wouldn't bloody listen, so I shan't waste my breath. But you should know, we're still having a few problems with your machinery. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. I'm sure you'll manage without issue. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX buttons now. Perhaps you should try not to undermine the talent, though, eh? Cheers!
Oh, somebody's taking a drink. That can only mean so much. So there's our moon. There's that unhooked, whatever that used to be. I guess I was a fan. Oh, wait a minute. Who's our reporter here? Fun
How old are you
times.
then, Cole?
Okay, here we go. Big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year, but it's actually this year. Brilliant.
You're 44.
I'm going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening and welcome
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan and I'm joined as always by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we?
Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited.
I'd say I'm about a 12, Megan, on the excitement scale.
Yeah, exactly. We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up. We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Rankley, who will be cooking up a store.
We'll be announcing the winners of our big competition, Visions of the Future.
And we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Truth. And I'll even be showing you how to make your own Leaders' Day gifts. We've got all of that and so much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
And we have more here. So we're just gonna
We are doctors, scientists, and poets.
follow this disrupt because fuck everybody.
We will look for the truth, and unlike this channel, we will show it to you. You will hear some frightening things about this government. They are chilling, and they are true. We have the evidence. Understand this. There is something wrong with the food.
Yay.
Right, let's have some applause on the way into the next section.
Cases by Chef Jordan Rankley. But first, we know you love them, so Robin's going to give us an update on our lovely Nightly Show pets in Pet Corner.
Fine, suit yourself.
Well, Megan, first up we have our hamster Lord.
Oh,
Jim.
good.
Now,
So
he's a
this is the
squatty
national nightly news, the NNN, and now it's just literally
cultist,
daytime
and he lives
talk.
here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches in their cheeks for storing food. He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now, hamsters are nocturnal, so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can.
Someone's about to get bitten.
Well, the door has been left open. It looks as though Lord Chinks has actually gone for a little wander. But I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say hello to our tortoise. Now,
So,
after
once
last
again,
month,
is this the
your
news?
ghost is now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hibernate. Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. No.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Those are our nightly show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Or some very similar animals. At the same
Really?
time.
So you want me to do it? You don't want me to do it?
You're hungry, because if not, you're about to be. Patrick Bannon is with Chef Jordan
They
Rankley.
just
and they're going to be
throw
showing
it
us
in the
how to make
trash.
A delicious apple pie. It's time to go into the kitchen.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
I love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh. It's shame about all the arseholes. Yes?
Sorry?
What?
So, you own 6 restaurants, you've been awarded 9 Ballon Massifs across your career, and you've worked alongside the best chefs in the world. Tonight you've got me. Are you worried?
Am I fucking worried? Are you worried? Are you fucking worried?
Yes. So, what are we making today, chef?
So, we've got a family over for Leaders' Day. They're hungry. We're going to make them a delicious apple pie.
Ooh, lovely.
It's got sweetness. It's got the acidity of the fruit, and then you get the richness of that pastry. Incredible.
Wow, okay, so where do we start?
So, we're going to start by making our filling. So, we've got about 1 kilogram of fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And we're going to slice these up perfectly. And then, straight into the pan.
Your new show.
So we're just
Demon
losing
Kitchen Party
all the
Set,
things now. It's
starts on
fun.
Friday here on Channel 1. So tell us about that.
So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing?
What?
Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck! Lose a fucking finger!
Oh, don't worry, I've got spares. Right, so once we've done that, we set these aside.
But part of his appeal is actually doing all that.
Yeah? Okay. Sugar, butter. We mix that together, and then a whole egg.
Okay.
Do we boo the
What are you
egg?
doing, you fucking donkey? Are your brains the size of that fucking egg?
Oh, no, chef.
No. Shit. Right. Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough, just like that.
It's literally an apple pie.
So, what does the notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind?
Shit, Bez.
Yeah.
What's that? What is that?
Well, it's a bit lumpy.
Lumpy? It could fucking pass for a sack of spuds. Touch that. Touch it. Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling.
Once again, it's a fucking apple pie.
Sugar. Cinnamon.
So, you own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite?
Are you mixing that or fucking it?
What?
Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner? Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, now we're rolling out 2/3 of our pastry. Bit of flour into the dish.
And the filling goes next, right?
Absolutely right. Oh, lovely. Then we're taking the
All right, sorry, I'm just having to keep track of all this shit at the same time again.
Beautiful.
Would love it if Disrupt just disrupted this again. Because right now, I guess Disrupt really likes cooking. Because they're not broadcasting here right now.
All the way around. And we're cutting 5 slashes very carefully for the steam. And then brushing the whole thing with a beaten egg.
Lovely. Okay.
He just left the shells in there.
What do you think?
Oh my god. You, come here, you. That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyeballs up my fucking arse than look at that. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after a fucking shit-kicking contest. Do you understand?
You know, they put him on here.
45 minutes.
Oh, put your fucking head in the oven while you're at it. Useless. You, come here, you. You're the worst fucking thing to happen to foods that's cyanide. Do you know that? I tell you what. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck off.
Okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will
So
be
what's the
announcing
news?
the winners of our competition. Visions of the Future.
Are you taking the piss now?
Well, that looks delicious.
What is that supposed to
If you
mean?
want to follow along at home, then make sure you write in with a stamped addressed envelope and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition.
Yes, we challenged you to show us your predictions of the future, and we were
Do we
just
have things on
fascinated
fire?
Entries, weren't we, Megan? From wacky inventions to global problem solving, they are all amazing, and we had the best time looking through each one.
It was so tough narrowing it all down, so we have some amazing runners up. In 3rd place, drum roll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly. He calls this Still Life and the Future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face or perhaps a cat. But I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, of course, he loves focusing on the negative space rather than the image itself.
Stunning,
What happy
absolutely
music.
stunning, and such talent from one so young, Megan. But next up we have our 2nd place entry. So in 2nd, drum roll please, we have Keith, 41 from Dungleys. Yeah, Keith, we were sort of aiming this towards our younger viewers, but still, he has sent in his idea of the future, which he's calling Ravaged Earth.
Indeed. He says, and he's really rather detailed, Notes. Deprived of basic resources, society will resort to a brutal system of weekly battles to the death, where only the victor may breathe.
Well, it's better than
Either that
boy bands.
or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see the sort of gladiatorial arena, and then what I can only assume is Keith himself pulling off this chap's head and shouting, "Come back to me, Linda!" Oh, Keith. Maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, she might not have left.
And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality every day. And the winner is, drum roll please.
Ooh, who's it gonna be?
I'll help you with that.
I didn't like him much. I thought his man of the people act was just that, an act. But in the 6 years since he's been gone, I started to wonder if he was the only thing keeping the brakes on the team. And I'm wondering if Julia Salisbury realizes that when she reflects on his passing. Or worse, that she knew all along.
Dun, dun, dun,
Of
dun.
course, it's not reflection.
Dance, getting involved in the party. Aren't they? This one seems to have gone a bit haywire.
Look, we're actually giving news.
An ominous sign of things to come.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep.
Look at that happy artwork
And yours could be
that
displayed
disrupted.
Well done again to everyone who took part. We're going to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll be playing the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade gifts. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
That's the break. 1 minute
I
back.
don't know what you did, but it's definitely made things worse down there, Winston. Probably going to be even more difficult for you in this segment. What's the point? You don't listen to me anyway. Yeah, just do what you want.
Hey, you said I'd do what I want, and I even missed the ad break again.
I'm on the bus tonight. I'll get cars arranged for you both. Find me when you're done and I'll take you out through the loading bay.
Wonder what that was about.
Not all schools had uniforms back then, so I wondered what would best show off my emerging womanly curves.
Ugh.
After much pacing and I
This is what we have now: advancements, daily report, and terror alert.
boxy pleated skater skirt in dark blue with white
Can I laugh at him? Can I boo him?
given me when we've met in the woods in our day out.
So segment grade C. It turns out that I'm just not made for broadcast.
In the new future, there's no need for secrets.
There was just so much injustice in the world, I realized.
Oh, good. So it's her actually advertising. Buy my book. Is this the Donald Trump years?
How had I failed to predict the perils of being the poorest postgrad at Pochborough?
It's playing havoc with the sound.
It's bad out there. We're being stretched again.
Perhaps use a high-pass filter.
It's a revolution, Colin.
Well, can you ask them to keep it down a bit?
Jenny, where's Glyn? Can we get him out here? I'm not sure about this grandma one.
Oh, he's writing with our other guests at the moment.
I just wouldn't say grandma.
Waves of nervous
Yes.
Well, that's
Grandmother's
fun.
arsehole. It's much better.
Okay, everyone, if I could have your attention, please. Sarah just needs a word.
Apparently there's been some sort of disturbance near the studio. Now I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but I wanted to let you know that I've asked for extra security and they're already on their way.
Right, Sarah. Okay.
Out now.
So positions and pose. Okay, this time you've said it. Laughing.
So
and
it's just
5,
laughing
4,
pose.
3.
Welcome back to the Nightly Show. I'm sorry, we were just saying we can't wait to taste Patrick's pie.
Oh, I don't know, I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven.
Oh, well, it does look amazing. Jordan,
There's eggshells on it.
Let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Well, thank you for that. Well, come on, try it. Dig in. Yeah.
okay. Whew.
So this is the National Nightly. The National Nightly Pie.
Glass of comfort for Robert, I think.
So we're just gonna keep listening to our boss in the ear here.
Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests.
But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. We'll observe, viewers, we'll observe. Well then, I better bring her round.
One for the state of the nation. And one for me.
Best-selling author, lawyer, and thinker. I mean, she's only the bloomin' team leader. It's Julia Salisbury.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury.
Oh, I didn't get the boo in time, did I?
Oh, Megan, you look incredible.
I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time
She
to
really
come
likes
over to
blue.
Patrick.
I guess that's
A
the
big
team
day,
color.
Wheel of Truth.
A bit more audience reaction would be nice, Alex.
I thought you were busy drinking, Bosman.
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break them.
That's right, Robin. They're gonna spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from box of flies to slap my face. They really have no idea.
Lovely.
What's in store.
So up first we have Jordan. Let's give it a spin.
Here we go.
Oh, God. The vomit cam.
Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib. Jordan, is it true that you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking?
It's one fucking time. One time.
Well, I think if that pie was anything to go by, you did them a favour.
Oh, not so fast there, Julia. Fact or fib? We've heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my God!
Go on, why don't you tell us
Go
about
team
it?
leader.
Absolutely. No. I can't. Okay, so don't judge me.
Once, we fought and died for the right to an informed choice. We had journalists we could trust, so we made decisions for the common good. Then we took it for granted. And now we have bread and circuses. So eat your
That's-
sandwiches and enjoy your clowns while you can.
See, now the nation doesn't have to know your secret.
Raise my taxes, we're clearly not paying you enough.
Come to my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Oh, are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
I mean, I'm not blushing.
So no one's just gonna pick up that we replaced Patrick a few episodes ago. It's the vomit wheel.
Okay, here we go. It's Guess That Face. I'm going to show you a picture and you simply have to guess that face. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah, this is the news, right?
Who's that?
Oh my God!
Is that you?
Yes. Look, it was a very difficult time fashion-wise.
That hairdo is fucking hilarious.
No, don't. I think it's sweet.
The mullet is as popular now as it's ever been.
Oh, well, don't get too ahead of yourself there. Jordan, who is this? Does that look familiar at all?
Oh, wow! Well, I'm glad I was getting fashion advice from someone who managed to make 7 look like 85.
Just what the doctor ordered.
I look like I'm haunting the fucking place.
Right. We've got to move on. Jordan, let's have another spin.
Wheel of... See, this is what we want from the news, right? We don't want actual information.
It's my go,
You go, go on. Sorry, I'm so keen. Let's go so much.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's fact or fish. Okay, if you look under your podiums, you will find a lovely fish smoothie. Now, I'm going to ask you both a question, and all you have to do is answer it honestly, or else you'll have to drink the smoothie. Okay? Are you ready for the question? Yes. Here we go. Which of your esteemed hosts is the more talented one?
Oh. You have to drink the whole thing.
How is it?
Oh, we made it extra fishy.
I need my fucking mouth. Do you know how much these taste buds are worth?
Well, we've got time for one more quick spin, so go, Julia, go!
Once again, dystopian future. You just put out your whatever shit.
Okay, so, oh, Julia, take a look in that box under your desk there.
Is it like a severed head? What's in the box?
Just trying to get in on the game. Oh, bless him. Julia, what have you got in that box? It's not cheese, is it?
Another one, Mr. Bozeman. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Bozeman.
Ling balls? What am I supposed to do with these?
Well, give it a go for us.
But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Disrupt. Can we stop this, please? Cause she's a liar.
Was so impressive, I have to say, unexpected. Well, gosh, that was our game of Wheel of Truth, and my God, wasn't that fun?
Okay.
That hit the spot.
And now it's time to head over to Megan in Crafty Corner.
I think you might be using those sound effects a little too much there.
Join me in Crafty Corner, where today I'm going
No,
to...
I'm gonna keep disrupting the broadcast myself.
Goodness me, I don't know how you're keeping your dinner down. I can still smell that fish.
Well, to be honest, I've had worse. I used to eat at Peter Clement's house.
Oh, well, I hope you've got your artsy hat on, because today we're going to be making something very close to my heart. It's our little studio. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? All of us there on the sofa.
Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, is that all you in there?
Yeah, it is. If we can just get a little zoom in, there we are. Oh, I don't know about you, Julia, but I always leave my holiday shopping to the last minute.
Oh, every year. I do it every year.
Well, why do we have holidays in the new future, huh?
Cracking.
Oh, well, not much left in the bottle. Maybe not too...
Here, and Julia, that's it. Grab those.
Let's applaud the shoebox, guys. If Bozeman tells me not to push so many buttons.
Big celebrators in your house, Julia.
Yes, no, in my house we show our love through food, like big dinners, loads of drinks.
Absolutely right. That's the best bit about any holiday. It's all that food.
This bit as well.
Absolutely right. Cutting along the line there. Do be careful with the scissors at home. Make sure you're being supervised if you are a child. There we go. Fabulous.
There we go.
Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this, and I've got one here I made earlier. We painted it with a bit of poster paint, white to match our lovely curtains here in the studio, but you can obviously have whichever backdrop you like.
Like a nice shiny gold number.
Well, exactly right. So we're going to make bits of our set now to put in the studio, perhaps a little desk. So I'm just going to grab this piece of card. I've just got it from a little cereal box packet. I think I'll give you this one, Julia. Shall
Thank
I?
you
There
so
you go.
much.
And all you need to do is cut along the lines there. Fabulous. So what's the best part of any Leaders' Day dinner, do you reckon?
I don't even have to think about it. Really? I love the 3 potato pie.
Potato pie, I don't know that one.
You know, with the chips covered in the mash or wrapped up in a jacket potato. That just means it does that.
I don't know, but that sounds starchy. Well done, Julia. So now she's folding.
I did the correct reactions. So it's like our ratings are here when we have who to visit on here, but the leader of the whatever.
Sticky tape on the back there so it sticks down. Now we need a sofa. That's what we need next. We're going to make that out of a lovely paper cup. Having fun down there, knocking it all over.
I got one though, Megan.
Good, fantastic. The line here down the middle.
So I guess Bozeman's just gonna have
Then when you've done that,
a great
around the
day.
bottom, and again around the top.
Oh, she gonna get her finger?
When you're done,
Oh, there we go.
it's going to look a little something like this. And look what I've done there. I've stuck some felt down. Nice and comfortable sofas.
Yes, can't have our tiny Megan having an uncomfortable sofa, can we?
What would Jeremy Donaldson
She'll be
say to
on the
all
phone her
this?
tiny agent and getting someone tiny fired.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing missing, isn't there, Julia? What is that?
A higher caliber of guests.
Nearly, it's people. So all we've done to make our little people is we've stuck a cocktail stick into a bottle cap. We just need a face for that now. I've got a good one
So
here.
I guess we're
know
just
well.
dumbing it down for the adults that just watch this shit now.
A little bit of sticky tape. Oh, my felt's going everywhere. There we go. Oh, I'm a bit lonely. Let's take Robin and Patrick over. So
sitting down on the couch over there.
There you go. And well, I'll make myself just comfortable, just there.
And these, of course, are all made and cut out of our favourite newspapers or magazines, so you can have any guests you like. Julia, is there anyone else you'd like in the studio?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to be playing Wheel of Truth with Ronnie from Heat Trash.
Nice.
Yes, put that away. Yes, he's going to be teaching me choreography, and I'll be teaching him foreign policy.
And of course,
You just throw a nuke at it, right?
Perhaps you're a bit, I don't know, nostalgic for the old look of our studio. We've got the blue studio down there. Or even a bit of retro red. I've got Sheila Quickstep being interviewed there by... Oh, sorry, that's not supposed to be...
Oh, Mama, that's racing. Oh, bloody hell, is this still on?
It's time for a break. When we come back, I'll be on the couch of chat talking to some of you, and I just cannot wait. We'll be back after these messages.
You know what, Winston? I think I finally understand your
Well,
disdain
thank you.
for this job, this place. Looking at this farce, what's the point? Why are we even bothering?
See, there we go. Now you're on board, Bozeman.
As we head towards Leaders' Day later in the week, there's a 100% chance of festivity.
Should we be worried? We've got the Prime Minister here. It's good that she's here. She's the reason for the extra security. Are we going to need it? Possibly. They're back. It's not very reassuring. I know. Good thing I'm not your mum, right?
So we got a segment grade of B.
Though a nasty cold snap brings bitter winds.
Look at Territory 2. What does that even mean? Territory 3 and 4. That looks awfully familiar.
Storm warning means we advise our residents to spend their Leaders' Weekend indoors. Though we're sure the happy parents of the 12 new children in Territory 3 will be thanking their lucky
Ooh,
stars
daily births.
to stay home. Though, of course, nothing to do with stars. More of a hot air, cold air thing. Next,
Territory
this front
5.
of warm smiles
Both
heads
at the
across
same time,
Territory
Colin?
5, who are still under a blanket of snow.
That is not a thing.
See, it's really interesting to get some of this context here for all this
As
stuff.
they also hit an impressive fertility peak
Of 23 daily births.
And finally, an honourable mention to our team members of T7 with a stunning result showing 146 births and clear blue skies. Though be sure to grit your driveways as we will hit freezing temperatures overnight.
Alright, so it all should look fairly familiar.
So daily forecast tonight. As always, we'll be bringing you a more specific rundown of the
Thank you,
numbers
Jenny.
in your area
Tits
later
and
this evening
teeth
as
armed
you
and
join your
ready.
regional news team in your territory.
Best in the business.
So, distressing, but it's fine.
In 5, 4.
So Julia wants to be in charge. But it's your show.
Welcome back to the Nightly Show, where it's time for the
The Nightly
Prime Minister to
Show.
face the toughest critics in the territories. You lot out there.
Call us on the usual numbers with your questions for the Prime Minister.
First up, we have Humphrey from Hamble Bamblebury.
Lovely place. I'm hoping to retire there.
Oh, good choice.
Are you there, Humphrey? Are you there, Humphrey?
Are you there, Humphrey?
Hello, Humphrey.
We appear to have lost Humphrey.
We'll try and get him back, but let's go to another call in the meantime. Who have we got next, Patrick?
Next up, we've got Mandy from Arsminster. Oh, I don't think I'll be retiring there.
Hi, Mandy. You're through to the Prime Minister. What's your question?
Ooh, do we have more cut off?
Hello?
Do we just have a bunch of people prank calling and not answering? That'd be awesome.
What's going on, Jenny?
We try not to talk to the critic.
Jenny?
The lines are down.
Jenny? Call down to maintenance and get...
We can't. All the lines are down.
Oh, good. Now we're making news.
To our viewers at home, we seem to have a few technical gremlins making mischief behind the scenes.
So while we're getting back up and running, Patrick has a couple of questions that were sent in by our viewers earlier this week.
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Yes, no, of course I do. Well, our first question
Is from Trisha.
Trisha, who lives on Camera Avenue. And what she really wants to know... Lock the door! Lock the fucking door!
Undo the CCO! Seal the doors! You're Jenny, aren't you? Come here.
Let's get the
Don't be
applause.
afraid, Jenny. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt anyone if we don't have to. All I want you to do is to keep the show on the air. Do you understand?
Feel like we've been here before.
Okay? Just do your job and everything will be all right.
Don't be afraid, Jenny. Don't be afraid, Jenny.
You two, on your knees over there. You two, on your knees over there. So, this is the famous couch of chat, eh? This is the famous.
I don't answer questions at gunpoint, Mr. James.
You're not at gunpoint, Prime Minister. You're not at gunpoint. They are.
Nevertheless, if you think I'm going to answer to you, then I'm
Oh,
afraid
you don't have to answer to me, Julia. Are the doors locked and sealed?
Yes, sir. No one's
Are the
getting
doors
around.
locked and sealed? Good. 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 All clear.
Good. Thank you. Yes, good. Thank you.
Oh, good. It's our buddy.
Jeremy?
Boom! Look, he's here.
Hello, you.
And now we have... This is how we get ratings, guys.
Why didn't you make contact?
We've only put you in their crosshairs. I'm sorry.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Yes.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Keep the show going for us. Keep the show going. Let them go, Alan. There'll be no killing tonight. There'll be no killing tonight.
Hello. I don't think we've met. I'm Patrick Bannon.
Is that what you're telling yourself, is it? Is that what you're telling yourself, is it?
Because remember, he got replaced. So that's fun.
Sorry for barging in. Hate what you've done with the place.
Me too.
Hate what you've done with the place.
Would you like your spot?
It's yours now.
Would you like your spot?
You wear it well. It's yours now. So, let's talk, shall we? So, let's talk.
Armed security are on their way, Mr. Donaldson. I know you know that.
Oh, let's make use of the time we have then, eh?
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
No.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
I think you should stay too.
For safety.
I think you should stay too. For balance. For balance.
Yeah, there we go. Everybody watch.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Let's welcome back the National Nightly News.
Yay!
Tonight I'm joined by probably the two most influential people in the country, if not the continent. So let's see if we can't kick over a few rocks and see what's lurking underneath. Prime Minister, if I could turn to you first.
I have
Here we go.
Except that which is already hidden. Prime Minister, what is norethindrone? Prime Minister, what is norethindrone?
I'm not censoring any of this.
Norethindrone. It's used in birth control, among other things. If you haven't heard of that, perhaps you could enlighten us in regards to agrobacterium tumefaciens.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Donaldson.
Well, that suggests a lack of attention to detail, Prime Minister. It's a bacteria used in the genetic modification of an organism. And I found traces of both these substances in every single one of the menu centre food boxes that I've had analysed from across the territories, if you're wondering.
What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, Prime Minister. I'm just pointing out the facts.
Oh my God.
Just pointing out the facts.
Is that why Kate and I can't have...
So you blamed it on the radioactive clouds from your bombs?
Before Stacey, we tried so many times. We tried so many times.
Prime Minister, is there something wrong with the food? Is there something wrong with the food?
Yes! It's that it's not delicious enough. Is she going to fess up? No.
Fine. Fine. You want the truth? You think it'll help your viewers sleep at night? Well, here it is. 6 years ago, when we came to power, we had access to the real facts and figures. And they told us we were doomed.
Well, we had a robot for that.
The population was expanding at an unsustainable rate. Within 50 years, we would be out of natural resources. We would war over fuel, and then inevitably food and clean water. It was no exaggeration to say that we were facing extinction.
Should I clap?
It was supposed to be opt-out contraception, an end to unwanted children, a chance to rebalance. But something went wrong in the testing phase. Nature took over. We never, nature took over.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted this.
Yeah,
So
I believe
you
it.
covered it up and blame the sterility on the bombs.
Oh, please don't lecture me on morality, Mr. James. Your hands are far too dirty for that.
Disrupt only did what had to be done.
Disrupt are not the answer. You'll just take us to an even more extreme version of where we were before. Your miserable policies will kill us all.
I'm not the one who built the transition centre.
No, you're from a time where people didn't even have the basic right to choose how.
See,
and
it's
when
great.
to
We have
die.
our
Turned children against their parents.
We enabled young people to speak up about the abuse that they were facing. And guess what? Most of that abuse came from within their own families.
Identity cards!
Grow up!
Sterilised us against our will. Sterilised us against our will.
See,
I built a sustainable future.
That's too much.
Sustainable future.
That's not for you to choose. That's not for you to choose.
Well, if not me, then who? Well, if not me, who would choose it for themselves?
And isn't that at the heart of all this? You don't trust us to choose. You think you know best. You know what's good for us. And if we disagree with you, then you'll send us to betterment. That's why there's no news anymore, because there's no choice. So there's no point.
There should be elections.
Elections have been suspended.
Time to unsuspend them then. If you want to carry on, you'll need a mandate. We have people ready to stand against you in every territory.
guess you can nuke them again.
Let's turn to you, Mr. James.
Yes.
Let's turn to you.
I want to assure the public that though Disrupt are occasionally forced to violent means, we are not by nature a violent organisation.
Jenny?
Yes, Jeremy?
Could you have this queued up for us, please?
Yes, Jeremy.
Is that from Disrupt leadership?
In a way. Mr. James, before you launch into your rather premature election campaign, I think it'd be useful for the viewers at home if you were to also answer a question or two.
Of course. When we come to power, one of the first things we'll do is restore a free press. The truth is very important. No more hidden secrets.
If you say so. From whom do you take your orders, by the way? From whom do you take your orders,
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're Disrupt's spokesman, but for whom do you speak?
You know I can't tell you. It's too dangerous for me to say. It's too dangerous for me to say.
I don't share those concerns. You see, I've met with them almost 5 years ago now, back when I was a news anchor. And I also met with them a week ago to discuss tonight's activities. I think they wanted to check that I'd stick to the script, which really shows how little they know me.
Yay!
So this time, I wore a hidden camera. Would you like to see a little of what we discussed?
No, you can't. She'll have them arrested. They'll be dead by morning.
An unfair assessment.
Fortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to Alex in the broadcast room. What screen, Jenny?
Screen 4.
No, you can't. My people will stop you. Cut the power to your machines.
Well, I would imagine mine will be doing their level best to ensure that Mr. Donaldson's footage gets the airing it deserves. After all, my security forces will be here soon, and I imagine this will end very badly for all of you.
Queued up and ready.
Thank you, Jenny.
Queued up and ready.
Alex, showing this will have consequences. For someone not showing it. It's up to you.
Alex, you got us this far. Please don't fall at the last hurdle.
Oh, damn. Glad I'm not making this choice.
All our good work. All the years of...
Nope, we're showing it, guys. We're showing it. How can we not show it? There we go. All the cameras are off.
Absolutely certain in your research.
It's unpalatable but true. Advance are covertly sterilising the population.
Why don't you just release this through your normal channels?
Mr. James is surprisingly efficient rabble-rouser. The peasants respond to his more earthly qualities. But you, Mr. Donaldson, are a face they trust.
We did not risk our operative's life to rescue you out of outrage.
And afterwards? Once all this is out in the open?
We anticipate considerable unrest, possibly riots.
Followed, of course, in the restoration of...
Yay, it's him!
Nature abhors a vacuum. You, Mr. Donaldson, will create that vacuum, and we should be there to fill it.
That will take considerable resources. From what I understand, Advance took your wealth.
The visible billions, yes.
Some markets still prosper.
There will always be addicts.
And those with carnal desires for livestock of all ages.
Ugh.
Business indeed.
And then there are the foreign powers, outside the territories. those who fear to follow the fate of my glorious Erkistan. For them, no price is too high.
Folks like us are always well-resourced. You need have no concern about that. We have the required funds to fight and win.
And once the fight is done, to make sure this aberrance is never seen again, return to the natural order of things.
See,
The wheat
Disrupt wants me to censor stuff. Everybody wants, Advance wants me to censor stuff. We're not censoring any of this shit.
Yeah.
See, Disrupt is like, censor all this.
Including our Mr. James. It amazes me how he cannot hear the Damoclean sword as it dangles above his head.
No, he was an ignorant bull. He sees only the red cape in front of him.
So it is with the low orders. They are lost in this new world.
They will gladly walk back to Old One, and they will be ours again.
See, everybody sucks.
You set me up.
No, Alan, you did that to yourself.
Yay.
Now do you understand what you're doing?
Do you understand why we have to?
Pathetic. Neither of you recognises your own reflection.
How long, getting?
For long, I imagine. For any of you.
Security are outside. They've been here for 5 minutes, but they're not doing anything. Turns out there's a lot of them who wanted children. We're already a few minutes over, Megan, but with ratings like this, Bozeman's no fool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take us out?
It should be you.
It should be both of us. You start.
Before we go tonight,
One final thought.
there's so much to digest here. What's happened tonight in this political circus.
The tent is collapsing, and the ringmasters have lost their glitter.
There will be elections soon, I'd imagine. You'll be able to choose.
These two will run. A choice between a shit sandwich and a cold cup of soup. A circus of horrors.
Two extremes, both offering their own form of misery.
You can choose advance and be equal,
In cages, like performing lions.
or disrupt and be free.
To struggle and starve.
Or you can do something different. You can run. You can stand. You can stop.
Oh, we're trying our idealism here.
You're good people, and you are sensible people. You know the difference between right and wrong.
So stop whinging and do something. Take responsibility, because if you don't, it'll all be left to these clowns.
And that's the worst circus of all.
My name's Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Have a transformative night.
And then make tomorrow better.
Yay.
And we're out.
You're done. This programme, this channel, all
No,
of you.
Julia, not them. We're done. They got us both. Julia, not them.
Your security team say they'll escort you when you're ready. We can call you a taxi, Alan.
Where would I go?
Wherever you want.
Am I under arrest?
You know you've made that impossible, Mr. Donaldson.
We have never been.
My bosses won't be pleased with you.
Child sex traffickers and wannabe dictators. The natural enemies of the reporter.
But there are those who would seek to separate. And
We'll do it together.
Yes. And then we'll burn this set.
Yay. I lost points at the end for some reason. Like, it's for ratings. Why are people wanting to leave? So there we go. I'm gonna turn down the main audio here for a second in case there's... There we go. Lawrence Blundercatch remains beloved in the nation and hated in the industry. So that's fun. Jesus is still seeking funding to get to the moon. He also needs scientists and engineers. So that's exciting. Lil C's career has moved from strength to strength. She's recently released a line of scented candles and a sex tape. Well, hooray. Following the humiliating public failure of Flard Festival, several financial inaccuracy and delight, Sophia Remington is currently awaiting trial. Dante was the first to give many children born in the caves. Many generations later, descended called Helva something started sending surreal something. Off deposit later. Will's Hammies failed to become the world's currency and are still accepted in strip clubs, amateur theater, and some lower-end butcher shops. Alright, so that's not for broadcast. I'll cut back in here if there's anything at the end of the credits, and I expect there might be, but there's definitely different ways that this can end, and if you look up on YouTube and want to see, there's lots of different possibilities of endings. Definitely something where I could have failed to show the tape and tried to get in the bench with Disrupt, but hey, we're here. It's all good. So if there's nothing else afterwards, this is it. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. Credit rolls are fun, but hey, we'll do this again in the future. If there's anything else you want to see or something you're interested in, by all means, let me know. But this has been a fun journey. Thanks for sharing it with me.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
The votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Accord. The new centralist party snatched victory from under the noses of the mainstream parties.
Incoming Prime Minister Fatima Chowdhury called Accord's win proof that the major parties had lost the trust of the nation and signalled the end of extremist politics.
Neither Advance nor Disrupt, who failed to garner even 10% of the vote between them, have released a statement.
Later, we'll be looking in detail at the election results across the nation before Jeremy brings us a report on the recent unrest in Valdez.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Yay! They're one of 14 epilogues, so that's fun. But yeah, that will seriously do it for this one. This is Asher. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Always looking out for games like this. This is definitely one that I've enjoyed quite a bit. But yeah, already said the thing. They said it a little bit better, I guess. I know it's definitely all fiction Cloud Cuckoo Land because this all started because of a different party that came in and decided to sweep in and do some different stuff. But maybe people will learn this time. Who knows? Y'all take care.